What's up, lads and ladettes? How are we all doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. So, this video is just an updatery kind of video. Just sort of letting you guys know just some of the stuff that's been going on, and it's also kind of a chance for me just to, just to kind of get this sort of just out of my brain. So, about a week and a half ago, we took my son to the hospital because he was very lethargic, he was losing weight, even though he was eating, and he just had no energy. We had taken him to see a GP, a general practitioner, and they said that it was just a virus and to give him 5 days, and if he wasn't better after 5 days, to come back and whatever. Well, the day after seeing the GP, I wasn't satisfied. I was worried. I spoke to my mother, who works as a phlebotomist, and knows some basic to intermediary medical stuff. And we kind of just decided, nah, we're going to take him to the hospital. So, took him to the hospital, and the nurse there, pretty much as soon as the nurse looked at him, the nurse was like, I'm gonna do a blood glucose test, and I'm gonna do a ketone test, just to make sure. Oh man, those numbers were fucking skyrocketing. They were through the roof, and they were like, okay, no, he needs to go in now. And to put into perspective how dangerous it was, how bad it was, before they could move him to the hospital that they were going to have him in, they first had to stabilize him. Okay, they had to stabilize him. Which, as soon as someone says, no, we have to stabilize him, you know something's not good. Long story short, my son got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, which, for those of you that don't know, type 1 diabetes is caused by genetics. Okay, an autoimmune issue kicks in. We don't know, medical science doesn't actually know what causes this autoimmune issue, but then it causes the body to not create insulin, and causes you to have diabetes. That's type 1 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is caused by the individual, eating, excess amounts of sugars, and then becoming insulin resistant, and then it's related by lifestyle choice. So, but what he had was type 1 diabetes, which does run in my family. My great uncle John, on my grandmother's side, had type 1 diabetes, and so it is type 1 diabetes is in the bloodline. Okay, but so. After I think it was the day after I had released my previous video or whatever, was when he ended up in hospital, and everything just went all crazy and nuts, and oh man, it's so fucking stressful, and it was a rough week. So he was in there for close to a week, in the hospital for close to a week. He's all good. Takes his injections like a champ. We're going to try to get an insulin pump, but it could take 12 months. But for now, when it comes to his insulin, he's a champ, right? He understands you have medicine and then you have food, so he takes it like a champ. Doesn't cry, doesn't fuss. And because we have to count to 10 when we inject his insulin, he likes to count along and all that sort of stuff. So he's a champ. Balls of Australian steel, that one, But I just wanted to make this little updatery video just to let you guys know, I know I said I was going to be doing X, Y, and Z. Shit gets in the way. I know there's that, someone said a joke a little while back that I would say something, like, say that things are going to change, things will be different, the channel will be, you know, more varied content, this, that, and the other. But then they come back, and it's much, like, more of the same, you know. So it's you know, it's like the days of our lives or whatever. They say it's going to be different, and then it's much of the same. I had reasons. I had reasons. But now he's doing good, and they've calmed down, things are nice and relaxed, and everything seems to be going fairly well, so I'm back to my OG plan, of making different content and all that sort of shit. When it comes to Entropia Universe, though, I'm actually thinking of live streaming Entropia Universe, as opposed to making videos for Entropia Universe. Mainly just because it seems more like a live streamy kind of game than like content, like video content style games, if that makes any sense. Because there's only so much you can do. And with the live streams, I find that it's a little bit more fun because, you know, people will pop in, we might team up and go hunting together, or we might just fuck around somewhere. It's fun. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to be making Entropia Universe videos, or if they're going to be live streams. Either way, if they are live streams, they'll be here on YouTube, not on Twitch. I will be live streaming on Twitch, probably, but, or I might live stream to both. Who knows? I don't care. I don't get enough money from Twitch for them to turn around and be like, oh, you can't do that. Yeah, fuck them. So yeah, just letting you guys know, I'm all good. Everything's all good. A couple of you guys in game have reached out to me. I'm all good. Mentally, physically not so much. You know, I think all the stress, you know, affected me physically just a little bit. But I'm all good. My son's all good. My wife's all good. My daughter's all good. Just getting used to the change of, well, a lifelong change in the way we need to do things. So there's a lot of counting our carbs, doing a lot of making sure his blood glucose is in the proper range, making sure he doesn't go low, and if he's high in his blood glucose, we need to do corrections in the evenings. Just little bits and bobs, you know, little bits and bobs. But yeah, so that's happening. And I figured, you know, while I'm doing this, some of you guys might be thinking, why are you hunting the shinkies? I'll just show you some of the loot that I've gotten from them. So, there's these things, these knuckly things, which I might, you know, I'll probably utilize, maybe, or I might just sell, I don't know. But I also found this thing, which is a regen inhibition chip. So they got this regen inhibition chip, which decreases regen by 5% for 40 seconds. So I'm not sure if this is... Yeah, I'm guessing, you know, people would use this on bigger mobs so they can kill them a little bit easier. I'm guessing. But when it comes to the other stuff, they're not these, because I killed a robot. They also drop these orange paint cans, you know, which is pretty cool. They dropped orange paint cans, which has pretty decent markup. Not as good as they used to be, but still pretty decent. Still pretty decent. They also dropped the basic leather extractors, which, again, good markup, you know, and sells pretty readily. They've also got wool, which wool sells for around about 105, and yeah, as you can see, for the month, 5.6k of PED or PED, which someone actually commented, it was like, I would say, like, as an Australian, they said, you say the letter Z. I don't say Z, I say Z. I don't say Z, I say Z. You know, I'm very American when it comes to that. I say Z, okay? Just because I'm Australian doesn't mean I say letter Z. I say XYZ, you know? But anyway. I say PED because it's an acronym, and, you know, I like to say, like, if I'm saying a currency, I would say the acronym in its letters, like USD, AUD. But there, there are some like, pound and yen and euro and all that sort of shit that I don't think are acronyms. But whatevers. So yeah, so this sold quite a bit of oh, not this one. Is it this one? Which fucking one was I looking at? Yeah, the wool. So it's got the wool for about 105%. The animal muscle oil I can sell for 105%. Well, I can sell for 110%, but I can get 105% on the oil. Animal hide. Well, it's animal hide. It's animal hide. But also these Nova fragments. Right now, the Nova fragments are selling for like 2 PED per K, so that's not bad. 2 PED per K is I don't mind it. It's pretty decent. So yeah, so that's why I'm hunting Shinkabers. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that there for today, ladies and gents. Little bit of Entropia bollocks at the end, but most of it was just letting you know what's been going on. So yeah. Regular videos coming out. Might take me a day or two because I'm going to be doing batch recordings. So just keep an eye out in the future. I'm going to be playing Dismantled. I want to continue playing Dismantled, but I'm also going to be playing 7 Days to Die, Valheim, and I'm also going to be playing Rust because I bought Rust and it's actually pretty fun. So I'm going to be playing some Rust. And I'm also going to be playing some Project Zomboid. So I've got a couple of different games that I want to play. So keep an eye out. And make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and all that jazz. I will see you guys later on.